Well, right now, political pundits and the media alike are scratching their heads over what they missed and how they got this election entirely wrong. Most polls had Hillary Clinton in the lead, and the mainstream media wrote off the guy who is now president-elect. The cover of the New York Post Thursday sums it up succinctly. Everyone was wrong. So what lessons are there to be learned here? Let's talk about it with today's media panel. Judith Miller, a Pulitzer Prize-winning investigative reporter, author, and Fox News contributor. Lynn Sweet is the Washington bureau chief of the Chicago Sun-Times. Welcome to both of you. Why, Lynn, did almost everyone get it wrong?
Well, there's a lot of reasons. We don't know for sure why. We're going to go, I think, into a very heavy period of self-reflection and introspection for people in the political reporting and polling business. We got it wrong, and I don't know why. I wish I could say it was a simple reason that no one picked up the enormous support that Donald Trump had. So I just don't want to guess right now on what went wrong, except that for the organizations that had vast reporting resources, I think you do have to look to them to say, let's have less reliance on reports about polls, since these organizations that relied so much on them also had the vast resources to send reporters across the country and dig into issues, dig into candidates' histories. And a lot of Trump's history didn't go reported until after the primary and late in the game. So we're in a period of introspection, and I'm sure we will have more answers, but just not today.
I'm not sure I agree with you on that one, but we'll save that for a second. In the meantime, take a look at this, Judy. Talk about overconfident. Newsweek magazine put out a special edition. Madam President was on the cover. I mean, they printed up thousands of copies of this. They were so sure that Hillary Clinton was going to be waltzing into the White House. They put this special edition magazine out. Again, how do you answer that?
Yes, and they weren't alone, because New York Magazine had a cover with Donald Trump's face on it, calling him loser. So, look, yes, Lynn is right. We all got it wrong. We've all said that. But I think that there are obvious reasons for that. First of all, news organizations have been hard hit by declining circulations, declining advertising. They've been shutting bureaus, not only in foreign areas where I work, because I cover foreign affairs and national security mostly, but they've been shutting down bureaus in the country. It's not enough to just send out a reporter to knock on a few doors every now and then when we have an election, but you have to be there. You have to understand what people are feeling. You know, people like to blame the media for Donald Trump's victory, and I don't buy that. I think there was a huge, huge populist uprising in this country that cut across race and gender. That's why we saw so many Hispanics voting unexpectedly for Donald Trump, and he got more black votes than Romney did. And I think that you couldn't have predicted this, just as the Brits didn't predict, British polls didn't predict what happened there. This was America's Brexit moment. So yes, we gave him Donald Trump, a lot of free airtime, but we also dug into his past. We looked at the fact that he hadn't paid any taxes, for probably federal taxes, for the past 12 years. There were many, many, many stories. People didn't want to hear them. They were so angry at Washington, they didn't want to hear what the reporters were saying, albeit late.